This isn't our first time here. as a people, as a nation. But each time, we have found a way to rise above. We've done this by looking forward, by supporting each other, and by taking one step at a time. But more importantly, we've done this by never giving up. As challenging as times are now, we will find a way. We always do. That way for us means being there. This coming school year, we will be there for teachers, whether they are in a classroom or teaching virtually. We will be there for our volunteers, whether they are teaching our programs in person, remotely, or through video. We will be there for our supporters, who remain committed to helping our kids envision a brighter future. And we will be there for the young people we serve, no matter what it takes. In these uncertain times, one thing is certain. Together, we can achieve anything.
Good evening. I'm Tova Liskey, President of Junior Achievement of Northeastern New York. Welcome to the 25th Annual Induction Ceremony for the Tech Valley Business Hall of Fame.
And I'm Andrew Kennedy, President and CEO of the Center for Economic Growth. Tova and I will be your masters of ceremony for tonight's event. Along with many others, we hope to help make it an exciting evening, and we hope that you will join us in honoring 3 truly outstanding business leaders whose hard work, ideas, and dedications have impacted each of our lives. We also hope that you will share with us the pride we feel towards our region's entire business community during these challenging times.
As the video you just saw highlights, we must acknowledge that tonight's event comes in the midst of the most trying of circumstances. A time like many others our country has faced before, when we have had to reach deep as a nation and as citizens for the strength to face these circumstances head on. Having postponed this event once and having considered delaying it until next year or beyond, we determined that honoring this year's inductees and celebrating a key milestone was too important. And while we would much prefer to meet face-to-face and to toast these accomplishments in person, we will instead do so in a virtual, online format. We will celebrate and help to keep one another safe at the same time. To replace being in person this evening, please use the chat feature at the right of your screen to send your congratulations and messages to tonight's honorees.
Let me add that while the coronavirus forced us to adopt this online format, the innovative team at Junior Achievement of Northeastern New York and the Tech Valley Business Hall of Fame Committee have adapted beautifully. Before kicking off tonight's ceremony, we'd first like to voice our grateful admiration and support for all of the heroes in our community and across our nation. First responders, healthcare workers, business leaders, and other essential workers who have helped keep us safe during the coronavirus pandemic. And we send our condolences to all of those who have been impacted during this time through an illness of our own or having lost a loved one or a friend. Let us also remember that all of those impacted financially or in other ways by this crisis. Let us all hope that we are soon able to better control this disease, return to our jobs, schools, and other aspects of everyday life.
As the video proclaimed at the beginning of this program, together we can achieve anything. The Tech Valley Business Hall of Fame is a perfect example of this attestation. The Tech Valley Business Hall of Fame program is jointly sponsored each year by Junior Achievement and the Center for Economic Growth, 2 organizations focused on creating business, infrastructure, and civic growth opportunities, and developing the educated and skilled workforce necessary to support the best business and environment possible in our region. We'd like to share some of the recent work of these 2 organizations. I'll begin by taking a moment to share what Junior Achievement has been doing in reaction to a changing educational landscape. In 2019, Junior Achievement celebrated its centennial. During that celebration, there was much discussion about what the next 100 years would bring and what that would mean for the future of the organization. With 2020, that future is here. Never in our history has our organization faced a situation quite like this. While JA navigated the Great Depression and World War II, it was a much smaller organization. And even with events during our lifetimes, such as 9/11 and the Great Recession, our fundamental delivery model was never in question. The unsettled, uncertain landscape in today's America caused by the pandemic has created a new norm for the education community. That norm demands urgent focus, pivoting on priorities, and real-time adaptability. Junior Achievement has spent the last 5 months reimagining our learning experiences with both innovative and flexible delivery models that fit in-person, hybrid, and remote learning environments. All of our elementary programs are being transformed to a digital delivery model. We have focused on a pathway of programming for middle school and high school, each program culminating with a simulation or virtual student event, allowing students to apply what they have learned in the classroom to real-life situations and experiences. This pathway is a continuum of progressive learning experiences, each inspiring, preparing, and ultimately enabling students to acquire and demonstrate the competencies needed to be financially capable, work and career ready, and entrepreneurially minded. All of our programs have been adapted for the ability to infuse a community volunteer by beaming in to a classroom, as well as the opportunity for volunteer video options. While both our program delivery models and the way community and business volunteers are infused into the JA learning experience have shifted and changed, one thing has not changed: the mission for Junior Achievement to be positioned as a thought leader and deliverer of relevant, compelling, and innovative educational experiences which build young people's capacity, spur economic development, and contribute to America's global competitiveness. We are ready to meet our school partners where they are this school year and continue to prepare and inspire young minds.
Thanks, Tova. JA has clearly done significant work to transition and stay relevant in order to continue to inspire and empower future Capital Region leaders. Let me tell you about some of the recent developments at the Center for Economic Growth as well. The Center for Economic Growth is a regional nonprofit economic development and business organization that serves as a primary point of contact for businesses interested in growing in or moving to the eight-county capital region. Whether you're looking at incentives, real estate, or comprehensive demographic and business climate information, in need of entrepreneurship or workforce training services, or want to relocate or expand anywhere in the capital region, CEG is that resource. While we are all navigating the economic uncertainty, the Center for Economic Growth's commitment to the capital region remains, and our investors remain strong. We are dedicated to providing leadership, support, and resources to address the short and long-term economic needs of our community. We are actively engaged with our local economic development partners and state officials to provide you with the most updated information, including that related to business resources and financial support. In support of the Capital Region business community, CEG's efforts have included the following. We've assisted manufacturers address the evolving public health crisis, securing critical supplies to maintain operations, helping to develop restart plans, launched a new $200,000 small business stabilization fund for minority and women-owned businesses, served as a resource for companies seeking guidance on staffing reductions, funding support, and workforce programs. We've hosted numerous webinars helping businesses deal with and develop strategies to recover from this pandemic. And we're continuing to market and to attract new businesses to our area and reshore vital manufacturing industries here into the Capital Region. As you are all aware, CEG will be affiliating with the Capital Region Chamber later this year. The mission and work of both organizations are closely aligned, and we believe greater synergies would be gained with a unified vision and a coordinated strategy under one organizational structure. Under the model that's being considered, CEG would still remain a legal entity, retaining its identity, have a separate operational budget, and continue to support the needs of the business community. The support of CEG is more important than ever as we look to rebuild our economy and come out stronger. I'd like to thank all of you for the support over the last 5 years, and I look forward to this new chapter in my career. I know that the Capital Region Chamber will continue to serve our region and our business community and work to make the future Hall of Fame events just as successful.
CEG has been a great partner in the Business Hall of Fame since 1998, and we are confident that as CEG transforms for the future, that they will join with JA for many, many more years. I will say, Andrew, that I will miss sharing the spotlight with you at this event, and I hope they have put in the job description for your successor, must serve as suave co-host at annual Business Hall of Fame induction dinner. Now back to the serious business. Along with the induction of our new members, this is a very special year for this event for another reason. It's our 25th anniversary. In today's world, longevity of events like this is a rarity. We wanted to make it an appropriately memorable milestone celebration. I guess watching this event in quarantine from your computer screen certainly makes this year stand out. You will hear more on this anniversary celebration in a few moments. The Tech Valley Business Hall of Fame and tonight's event tracks the remarkable growth the region has seen in the past quarter century. When we held the first induction dinner in 1996, it was the year before the first building opened on the Albany Nanotech campus. It was also 2 years before the term Tech Valley became a powerful, unifying, and marketing concept. With 74 members in the Business Hall of Fame, we're now starting a second generation.
This year, we honor 3 individuals whose dedication at work and devotion to the community have improved our lives immeasurably. They are Gary Dake, president of Stewart Shop, the late Jane Golub of Price Chopper, Market 32, and Ken Raymond, founder and CEO of Prime Companies.
It's notable that all 3 of our honorees this year thrived in family businesses, and Jane Golub joins her husband, Neil Golub, as the first husband and wife in the Hall of Fame. At this time, it is my honor to introduce to you Elmer Streeter, former Director, Corporate Communications, St. Peter's Health Partners, and current President, Elmer Streeter and Associates. Elmer has been instrumental in the success of this event since its inception. From the time when the event was merely an idea, and each of the 25 years in between, Elmer has served as the chairperson of the Tech Valley Business Hall of Fame Committee and has devoted an immense amount of time and energy to ensure the continued success of this event. Ladies and gentlemen, Elmer Streeter.
Thank you, Tova. In 1996, the Leadership and Board of Junior Achievement of Northeastern New York began a search for heroes, a search that has thus far lasted 25 years. JA wanted to celebrate the leaders in our business community, representing local, national, or international organizations who had reached the pinnacle of their fields. The idea, just like a sports hall of fame, was to honor these heroes in business for young, aspiring businessmen and women to emulate. But the criteria for induction into this Hall of Fame was to be more than just business success. These heroes also needed to be leaders and had to have given back to the community in very significant ways. Introduction into the Hall of Fame is accomplished after vetting by a selection committee that takes their task very seriously. Community, commitment, and character matter. These champions of free enterprise inspire younger people, and even other contemporaries in business, to dream more and to do more. In 1998, JA was honored to have been joined in this endeavor by the Center for Economic Growth to become the region's premier business award. In addition to celebrating the extraordinary lives and careers of those being inducted, the Business Hall of Fame dinner, through your generosity, has raised more than $2 million to present JA's experiential, hands-on programs for students in grades K through 12. I want to thank each of our inductees over the years for their cooperation, each of our sponsors for their support, and each of you who have attended. I also want to thank Tova Liski and the rest of the staff of Junior Achievement for their efforts on behalf of the Tech Valley Business Hall of Fame over the years. It is this dedicated staff who have truly gotten it done every year. And this year was even more challenging, as a key detail of creating this virtual event in a pandemic included ensuring the safety of all those who participated. So, have we succeeded in finding the heroes we began searching for 25 years ago? Over these 25 years, we have inducted a remarkable collection of community leaders. We have inducted the man who took America to the moon, the person who gave us a space-age airport, Several individuals who brought to us the technology in Tech Valley. Several people, men and women, who have led our region's largest health and education institutions to national prominence. The bankers, financiers, builders, and developers who have shaped our economy, built our cities and suburbs, and sculpted our skyline to what it is today, and many more. And as one looks for heroes, you need only scan the list of Hall of Fame members, their employees, to find the heroes who have helped guide and provide essential care and services for our community and its citizens in selfless and extraordinary ways throughout the current pandemic. They are all heroes. To help us celebrate the 25-year milestone, earlier this year we invited each of our living inductees to join us in a video. What you are about to see is a representative sample of our soon-to-be 74-member Business Hall of Fame. These are the members who were able to join us prior to mid-March. So many of our members themselves are in high-risk groups for the coronavirus that at that time we felt it was no longer prudent to ask members to be in a studio to participate. We think the group you are about to see represent their fellow members well. In all, 74 members who have lived exemplary, laudable, and meritorious lives. Ladies and gentlemen, please join us for the wisdom of the members of the Tech Valley Business Hall of Fame.
I was once told by a mentor that you should learn everything you can in your 20s, work as hard as you can in your 30s and 40s, make as much money as you can in your 50s, and then do what pleases you. I'm in the do what pleases you phase.
Everything's changed about. First of all, I've gotten a little bit balder. My hair's gotten a little bit grayer.
There's a lot more lines around my eyes and my mouth, but I think that's from smiling, which I'm very proud of.
After 90 years, I don't think I've changed. I'm often the black hat at a meeting.
25 years ago, as they say, I was only as happy as my least happy child. And now, 25 years later, I'm only as happy as my least happy grandchild.
The last 25 years of my life has changed mostly because of my business, but also mostly because of the growth of the Capital District.
I've seen new leaders enter the workplace who are sophisticated, educated, innovative, and that are really transforming the quality of life in the Capital Region.
The people I was exposed to once I became part of this organization, was recognized this organization. They set an example for me, they were inspiration to me, and I've been trying ever since I received this award to measure up to the people who preceded me and have followed me.
Working with Junior Achievement is a lot of fun. It means a lot to me to be able to work with them and see the success that they have year after year.
What is the best investment we can possibly make? Unequivocally, mentoring has been shown to move the needle, to make a difference, to make some of the biggest differences of any program that there is. So mentoring is the best investment we can make.
Mentoring our children and our youth, it enabled me to learn and also give past experience of how you attack different paths of life.
The seeds of finding a passion are planted when a person is young. And once a person finds what makes them fulfilled, what makes them happy, what makes them challenged, then they found their passion, and that leads to a successful, productive career.
It's important for young people to have someone who can take the time to challenge and compliment a young person. And I am delighted to know that we have 1,000 mentors in this area.
I am so honored and privileged to have had the opportunity to build relationships and partnerships with such a tremendous group of leaders in this community. There is so much greatness in that video, ending with a smiling face that is no longer with us, but who has left an extraordinary mark on the Capital Region. Walter Robb, Tech Valley Business Hall of Fame inductee, class of 2003. Walter Robb was best known for his improvements to advanced imaging equipment, in particular his work on the computed tomography CT scanner and the magnetic resonance imaging MRI machine that would improve medical science, advance clinical diagnosis and care, and save and improve the quality of millions of lives worldwide. Tragically, in March of this year, the first recorded death from COVID-19 in our region was the loss of this man whose scientific achievements have saved so many others. Walter Robb was also extremely generous of his time and financial support of inventors and entrepreneurs, particularly in his retirement, investing in numerous startup businesses with his knowledge as well as with his dollars. He also sought to improve entertainment and quality of life in our region by bringing more sports to the area, investing in 2 minor league sports franchises, football and hockey. Robb's leadership, vision, and philanthropy, as well as his friendship, will be greatly missed by the members of the Business Hall of Fame. Please join me in a moment of silence to remember our friend, Mr. Walter Robb. Thank you. Ladies and gentlemen, now let's begin our official ceremony and learn more about each one of tonight's distinguished inductees. Our first honoree is Gary Dake. He is a model CEO who's built a premier family company by valuing employees, customers, and suppliers equally. Since taking the helm of Stewart Shops 15 years ago, he has doubled sales, expanded from 144 to 336 stores, and from 1,300 employees to 5,000. The busy Stewart stores are community centers in many small towns between Syracuse and Vermont. They can also be found sited at the busiest of intersections throughout the region. And much of the salaries and profits are reinvested right back in the community. Thanks to a very successful employee stock ownership plan, 1,000 Stewart's partners have at least $100,000 apiece in stock ownership, and 75 are millionaires. Gary is very proud of this program, and that's not all. Stewarts and the Dake family have invested millions in worthy causes through their personal resources in Stewart's annual holiday match program for donations to nonprofits. Gary is the 3rd generation of Dakes to be involved with the business over the last 75 years. Merging family and business relationships can sometimes be difficult. However, Gary's dad and stepmom, Bill and Susan Dake, say the family has managed to harmonize the business and personal worlds. In fact, Gary and his dad actually share an office. Gary grew up hearing strong discussions around the dinner table, so he's known for tough questions and candid opinions, but his pleasant tone and demeanor takes the sting out of it. His dad, Bill, with whom Gary works every day and who preceded Gary in his position as president, admits, "I don't leave people smiling quite so often as Gary does." What's the Dake family magic to business success? Hard work, deep involvement in the community, and constant quality improvement. Gary is always putting notes into a small black notebook, everything from business ideas to movie tips, and he's not afraid to share opinions with others and to help fellow business leaders. The company is also known for fun, contemporary, and oftentimes current event-linked marketing. When 'Tis the Law, a locally owned racehorse, started hitting it big, Stewart's honored the horse with the company's highest award. They named a new ice cream flavor for him. The chocolate with brownie and cheesecake bits flavor matched the horse's coloring, and I might add, is quite delicious. One of Gary's strengths is being able to put himself in someone else's shoes. Around the holidays, he runs the register at one of the stores. He inspires the employees with a hope for success and a belief in themselves. And if he's in one of the company stores, Gary makes it a point to lead by example and scrupulously follows the same company rules as employees are asked to. At a recent photo shoot at a store in Half Moon, Gary stepped behind the counter to scoop some ice cream, but not before he conferred with the shift manager to ensure he had properly signed in with his badge and followed all the correct hygienic steps. Stewart's has been such a part of Capital Region life for generations that when the coronavirus pandemic hit, consumers turned to the stores as a safe place they could trust, and the company quickly made leading social distancing changes to support that trust and keep customers and employees safe. One could even judge how local citizens were adapting to a changing lifestyle and how the local economy was doing by watching how Stewart's store sales changed. In early March, sales of gas, coffee, and breakfast sandwiches, products folks often buy on the way to work, dropped significantly. Items for home-based consumption, bread, milk, ice cream, and alcoholic beverages rose dramatically. It all validates that in the minds of consumers, Stewart's is not only a highly recognizable brand, it is part of the fabric of every community they operate in. And it all validates the philosophy with which Gary Dake leads the organization. Let's take a look at a video about Gary.
True success is really hard to define. You know, I feel successful when I don't have to do anything, when everybody else has got things clicking because I've set them up with the right information, I've got the right people in the right places, and everything is going well. When other people are thriving around me, that's really when I feel successful.
I think Gary has made a significant contribution, not only as a businessman, but he's been active in planning boards. I think his willingness to deal with these things in a very realistic, candid manner is significantly different than how many people tend to sit passively on boards.
Gary and the Dake family have been a big positive influence in our communities. The simplest way to say it is, when Stewart's wins, the community wins, because they're right up front helping to plow resources and support back into the communities we all live in.
I think it's important to give back to the community because in my business, the community is also our customer. That's where everything came from. And it's important to have a vibrant community for the sake of my employees, for the sake of my customers, for the sake of my family. And without our communities, it doesn't matter how successful any of us are in our own lives, it's because we're part of a community.
I think he has done an outstanding job as a businessman, but also has made a tremendous commitment civically to everything from planning boards to hospital boards.
Gary's deserving of this honor, this Tech Valley Hall of Fame honor, because he's not only part of an incredible business, but he's also continues to take that business forward. He's approachable, he cares about the communities he's in, he cares about the people that he works with.
I'm really humbled to be given this award, and part of me thinks I don't really deserve it. I'm just the person who's out in front of 5,000 great people who run our stores every day, and I don't think you have to be a genius to run a team that's as great as our team. I just think we have a lot of really good people. We've got them in the right places, and they just do a fantastic job taking care of our customers and our community and each other, and I'm just proud to be one of them.
For his knowledge and his humble, innovative leadership that has helped continue Stewart Shop's place in family life and memories for generations, made its stores community centers in each town and neighborhood they have located, and that has made Stewart's a gem in our region and beyond. For his business acumen that has allowed Stewart's to double sales in his 15 years at the helm, for more than doubling the number of company stores to 336, and for investing in the expansion of its geographic reach while modernizing older stores, and for increasing jobs in so many communities by tripling its total employees to 5,000. For his strong belief in family and employee ownership, and the ongoing development and success of its employee stock ownership plan that is securing employees' futures. For his understanding that business success comes from hard work, deep involvement in the community, and constant quality improvement. For Gary's and the Dake family's personal and corporate investments of millions of philanthropic dollars annually to local nonprofit organizations, and for their more than 3 decades of support of the Stewart's Holiday Match that has contributed more than $30 million to thousands of organizations. For his personal gift of knowledge and service to such community organizations as the Dake Foundation for Children, St. Peter's Health Partners, Arrow Financial Corporation, the Saratoga National Bank, and countless others. And for his belief that the greatest assets in any company portfolio are its customers, employees, and suppliers, and his actions that are a daily testament to that belief. We are honored this evening to induct Gary Dake into the Tech Valley Business Hall of Fame.
I'm honored to receive this award. As said in the video, it really is all about the 5,000 coworkers I have, and I'd like to thank each and every one, but time doesn't allow. So from Allison Abbey to Zach Ziskowski, I thank all of them, and I'm just proud to receive this award and proud to be part of such a great team, and wish nothing but best of luck to the Junior Achievement Program as well. So thank you very much.
Gary, you certainly have our viewers clapping for the short and sweet acceptance, but you're not done yet. We have a special JA student ambassador that has sent in a video for you.
Hi, Mr. Dake. Congratulations on this great honor. My name is Josie Parker. I am a 5th grade student at Harmony Hill School in Cohoes. I've enjoyed junior achievements in my classroom. My questions for you are, do you remember what your first job was at Stewart's Shops? And do you remember what you first saved up for when you started work? Oh, and what's your favorite ice cream?
Well, Josie, I do remember my first job at Stewart's was working in the ice cream department, and I worked all summer to buy my very first 10-speed bicycle. I was working there just primarily doing cleanup and taking out the garbage, things like that. And I won't tell you how young I was because it might not have been legal by today's standards, but it's important for young people to understand work, and it was very good for me to be able to do that. From a favorite ice cream standpoint, I'm not supposed to have a favorite, but I'll confess to a weakness for chocolate peanut butter cup.
Thank you, Josie and Gary. I think I would go with chocolate chip cookie dough as my favorite Stewart's flavor. Our second inductee this evening is the late Jane Golub. Jane was a lifelong teacher who energized and nurtured her students, whether they were young children in her classroom or adults she interacted with in the myriad of ways, places and purposes, and relationships in life. Her robust spirit and love of knowledge continues to inspire us today. For 20 years, Jane was a very popular third-grade teacher in Niskayuna. Besides teaching the kids with her wit and warmth, she engaged them in special ways. Jane could only play 3 chords on the guitar, but every Friday afternoon she'd haul out her guitar and lead the students in a hootenanny. The Song Fest was basically hugs that encouraged kids to open up and trust each other. After Jane passed away last year, many former students recalled fondly how much that sing-along meant to them. In the late 1980s, Jane made a career change. She joined the family business, Price Chopper Market 32. Jane began as a manager of samples and sales, an in-house demonstration service that became the model for the supermarket industry. She went on to become the manager of vendor income programs and eventually rose to be director in-store marketing programs. In 2001, she was named one of the top 100 women in grocery by Progressive Grocer magazine. Whatever Jane did, she did it with flourish, with great detail, and exactly in the manner she had promised. She worked hard to achieve what she believed in and always thought the best possible outcome. Whether Jane was going to a gala or to a kid's soccer game, she always dressed impeccably. She threw herself into everything from a business meeting to playing golf and even doing puzzles. While teaching or working for Price Chopper Market 32, Jane also devoted herself to many favorite causes. They included leading the Jewish National Fund campaign to plant trees in Israel, successfully reviving fundraising for the Museum of Innovation and Science, implementing the National Jewish Prejudice Awareness and Reduction campaign called The World of Difference in many upstate schools. When Price Chopper Supermarkets decided to work with the Anti-Defamation League to bring a World of Difference prejudice awareness and reduction program to the Capital District area, Jane took a leave from teaching to coordinate the development of the curriculum for New York State schools. As the educational coordinator for the project, she trained hundreds of K-12 teachers in the Capital Region using a World of Difference curriculum. Jane was a strong believer in women in business and preparing women for leadership at the highest level of business. Countless women in business, nonprofit organizations, and other civic endeavors throughout our region benefited from Jane's eagerness to mentor, offer advice, and encouraging professional growth. Jane was named Woman of the Year by the Greater Capital Region Business and Professional Women in 2003, a trailblazing woman by the Women's Fund of the Capital District in 2008, and was the first woman to receive the Distinguished Citizens Award from the Boy Scouts of America in October 2009. She also received the Women of Excellence Distinguished Career Award from the Albany Colony Chamber of Commerce in 2011. As part of her personal community service and philanthropy, or in support of the community efforts of Price Chopper Market 32, Jane was extremely active in other civic organizations. She served as a chairperson for the Congregational Gates of Heaven for more than 50 years, and she was actively involved in the Sopramists International of Schenectady and deeply committed to the American Heart Association, Double H Ranch, MDA, St. Jude Children's Research Hospital, and Breast Cancer Research Foundation. To Rabbi Matt Cutler, she was our friend, our teacher, our compass. Her daughter Mona Golub called her my loudest cheerleader and my toughest coach. And Mona's terms for her mother was my mama glue, or just MMG. When her grandson Ira was born, she adapted the title for her new role as grandmother. She just preferred GM. Jane and Neil Golub met on a blind date. They became the closest partners for nearly 60 years. He sent flowers every Monday just because. Jane's everlasting inspiration to others is what Henry Adams meant when he said a teacher affects eternity. Now a video about Jane.
Explain Jane in one word. Drop dead gorgeous. Jane was a very special lady. She was loving, she was bright, she was energetic, she was a workaholic. Her skills of planning and organizing and dealing with people and getting things done, which is really the hallmark of her career no matter where she was. She got things done.
I think Jane really felt strongly that if you were really going to be successful in business, then you also really needed to learn your community. And her way of saying how you could go about learning more about our community was to volunteer.
There isn't an organization that Jane did not belong to that has thrived as a result of her being part of it. I don't care whether it's the Day Nursery in Schenectady or MySci or Science Museum or whatever she did, wherever Jane was, she lit up the room.
Jane was a role model for inspiring leaders in many, many ways. She believed in the importance of a relationship because together people could do great things. And that's what a great leader does.
People would sometimes call us philanthropists, and Jane always got annoyed with that because when you use that word, it sounds like you just give money. And to us, it was giving of ourselves, jumping in, helping, doing, making things happen. That's our definition.
Jane really represents sort of that dual mission. Jane was a teacher for many, many years, and education was just so important to her. And then, of course, combined with learning about business, understanding business.
She had that great knack of inspiring, of bringing people together, truly around a common cause, a common good for the community.
There have been 18 organizations that have already recognized her, and I got another 6 to go that I'm aware of. Whatever it was that she had, people have recognized it, and I'm so honored that she would be honored here for the Tech Valley Hall of Fame. Her legacy in this community will be remembered.
For her profound love of teaching and lifelong search for knowledge. For her accomplishments in her leadership of Price Chopper Market 32 and the recognition her success brought to this organization. For her unique zest for life that made her a positive force that was always moving forward in whatever she did and whatever she was involved with herself. For her commitment to helping others reach the highest levels of leadership in business and civic affairs, and her tireless work as a mentor to help in their success. for dedication through philanthropy and personal service to countless nonprofit organizations throughout our region, for her deep love of family and friends, and her devotion to the many roles she played: soulmate, wife, mother, mother-in-law, grandmother, friend, teacher, advocate, and cheerleader, as each expanded the circle of people she cared about. Tonight, we are privileged to honor the legacy of Jane Golub by posthumously inducting her into the Tech Valley Business Hall of Fame. Accepting this honor on Jane's behalf is her husband, Neil Golub, also a member of the Tech Valley Hall of Fame class of 2006.
Jane became my best girl in 1961. She passed April 2019 after 57 years of just a wonderful marriage together. Jane has truly earned her place in the Tech Valley Hall of Fame with her outstanding achievements. As a third grade teacher for 24 years, parents would line up to get the kids into her class. She taught more than the 3 R's. She taught values and why it was important for a child to have their own opinion. To this day, her students still talk about her Friday afternoon hootenannies. In 1986, Jane's groundbreaking work created educational materials for elementary, middle, and high school combating bigotry, hate, prejudice, and bullying, which led to the Anti-Defamation League's expansion of the A World of Difference Institute. In February of 1986, New York State's Commissioner of Education, Tom Sobel, recognized the excellence of her work and approved it for statewide use. Subsequently, this K-12 program has gone national with the ADL. In 1988, President Reagan awarded a presidential citation to us for this work. Jane and I worked together for over 30 years to make this program available to all schools in the Capital Region. As part of Jane's legacy, we continue to underwrite a full-time staff to assist administrators and teachers in all schools. Unfortunately, too many have not yet seen the need, and it's time now more than ever. Currently, just before COVID, over 90 schools were participating in our efforts called No Place for Hate. Now more than ever, schools need this educational program. And for all of those of you in the audience, we need for you to step up and make sure you talk to your administrators and principals. Thank you.
Neil, thank you for accepting on Jane's behalf. Now hang tight, as you too have a student question. Your question comes from a middle school JA student ambassador.
Hi, Mr. Golub. My name is Ava Weiss. I am a middle schooler at Goff Middle School in East Greenbush. Congratulations on Miss Jane receiving this great honor. I know that she has a huge impact on the Capital Region. What is your advice for students like me to start giving back and getting involved in the community?
Ava, thanks for your comments, and here's my advice. Available to all the schools in the Capital Region, including yours, is a program called No Place for Hate. And I certainly hope that you and your teachers and the administrators in your school are looking at this as an opportunity to learn how to deal with other people, because today we need it more than ever. It's called No Place for Hate. There are currently 90 schools in the region that were participating, and we hope that yours will be one of them. That's how you can help best.
Thank you, Neil. Both you and Jane have certainly been role models in the Capital Region and an inspiration to our youth. Our third inductee this evening is Ken Raymond. Ken's a triple threat. He's very successful in 3 different areas of business: real estate, mortgage lending, and hospitality. Ken is the broker co-owner of both Coldwell Banker Prime Properties Residential and its commercial real estate companies. These companies, based here in Albany, are 2 of the largest real estate franchise operations in New York State, and the residential company is the 5th largest Coldwell Banker franchise affiliate internationally. He founded Coldwell Banker Prime Properties in 1986 with just 3 employees, and he grew the business to 500 employees, earning the prestigious title as one of Coldwell Banker's top 10 franchise affiliates in the United States. Ken also founded and built a registered mortgage banker operation, Home Funding Finders, Inc. He grew that business to over 125 employees until it was sold in 2010 to Sefcu Mortgage Services. Sefcu Mortgage has now grown to become our region's second largest residential lender. Ken remains a director of the subsidiary. In the hospitality business for over 30 years, Ken has developed successful partnerships with national hotel franchisors such as Holiday Inn Express, Hilton, Days Inn, and Hotel Indigo to develop, own, and operate successful hotels throughout upstate New York. Ken has been a key part of major commercial and residential developments across the Northeast region for decades. He has led the industry in offering a full line of real estate and hospitality services. He's a guy who can manage the whole deal from the ground up, and his portfolio of projects include residential subdivisions, hotels, commercial office buildings, and over 2,000 luxury apartments, as well as lifestyle retail. Ken showed early talent as an entrepreneur. When he was a young teen, he saved enough money to buy bicycles for his 6 younger siblings. By his early 20s, the newly minted Paul Smith grad was managing a hotel. In the early 1970s, when Ken was running the former Thruway House on Route 9W, he went to see Albany Mayor Erastus Corning. Ken wanted help to set up a convention and visitors bureau, and he wanted it to be financed by fees paid by businesses. The surprised mayor laughed and congratulated him for being the first person I've ever had ask me to tax his business to help the community. Ken's had great success despite being selfless instead of cutthroat. Longtime friend Bob Curley says he doesn't make deals, he makes relationships, and he sees everyone as a partner. Other friends say he leads and shows others the way to make our community a better place. He understands that to grow our community by getting businesses to establish working offices here, you must first grow the culture and infrastructure to make it a better place to live. Ken believes mentoring and having confidence in his employees has been a key to his success. His son, Michael, said that when his dad hired him, he said, "I trust you to fail," and meant it as a sign of trust. Ken is also a firm believer that the more you give away, the more you get back in return. He believes companies like his own should not only give back, but incorporate and engage employees in the process. He sets the bar for each of his agents to lead with their community involvement, just as they do with their business. He also practices what he preaches. His ties have always been strong to the community, being born and raised in the Capital Region himself. In 2016, as part of Coldwell Banker Prime Properties' 30th year anniversary, Ken set and accomplished his goal to give $2 million in charitable giving to our local community. Ken maintains a strong presence in the community. After that meeting with the mayor nearly a half a century ago, when the young man charmed Mayor Corning, Ken became the founder and first head of the Convention and Visitors Bureau. He has previously served on the Board of Trustees for St. Gregory's School for Boys in Loudonville and Friends in Adoption, and is also active with Coaches vs. Cancer and Real Men Wear Pink, which raises funds for cancer research for the American Cancer Society. In addition, Ken is very active in many other charitable organizations throughout the Capital Region. Ken is a graduate of Paul Smith College and currently serves on the Board of Trustees. He also serves on the Board of Trustees for Siena College and is an Emeritus Board of Trustees member for Albany Boys Club. He is president of the Board of Trustees for Catholic Charities of the Diocese of Albany, with a strong focus on housing and the reopening of Camp Scully, and is a major contributor of these endeavors. Here is a video of Ken Raymond.
If I had to select one word to describe Ken, it would be selfless. There are several that I could use, but that one stands out to me because with Ken, it's never, ever about him. It's always about his family, his friends, his colleagues at work, all the not-for-profit boards he serves on. It's about all the people that he helps, that he has never met and maybe never will.
He leads the way and shows the way to make our community a better place to live. We're lucky to have folks like Ken who understand that ways to make our community better, ways to encourage businesses to establish working offices in our community is to add to the culture of our community and just make our community a stronger and better place, and a place where people want to live.
I think it's important for business leaders to give back to the community because you cannot just continue to take from a community. A company should be returning some of what they've received to the community. I particularly feel that it's important that the companies incorporate their employees and staff in the art of giving back to the community. It creates teamwork, it creates pride in the company, and there's strength in numbers.
He's the first one to pass on the credit for any successes and the first one to take the heat for any challenges. That's what creates a true legacy and something we should all strive to emulate.
Ken leads the way in all his organizations, and he's the first one to roll up his sleeves, dig in, and find a way to get through it.
My definition of true success is being happy where you are. I'm very happy being part of our company. I'm very happy with my family life, and I don't think there's much else that I could ask for.
For his goal-driven entrepreneurship and remarkable talent in commercial and residential real estate, mortgage lending, and hospitality. For his innovation, drive, and leadership that has resulted in the Prime Properties businesses being among the top in their class regionally, statewide, nationally, and internationally. For being a leader and strong voice in showing how our region can grow, attract new commerce, and be a better place to live. For his vision and collaboration in founding and supporting the Albany County Convention and Visitors Bureau. For his selfless manner and civility in his approach to business, and his belief that business isn't about making deals, it's about finding partners and building long-term relationships. For his philosophy that businesses should give back to their communities and engage their employees in those efforts, and his example through support of schools, colleges, youth programs, cancer research, and numerous other charitable organizations. We are proud this evening to induct Ken Raymond into the Tech Valley Business Hall of Fame.
Thank you, Tova, and thank you, Andrew. I would like to thank you for this very prestigious award. I'm very humbled and honored to join the ranks of the group of other past inductees into the Tech Valley Hall of Fame. It's quite an honor for me. I'd also like to just congratulate the other inductees, Gary Dake and the late Jane Golub. Both individuals have done so much in our community and in the business community, and I'm honored to be inducted with them. You know, this award is not just about me, okay? This is about the people that have built this company and have assisted me through the years. Number one, my family. My 3 children have worked with me daily to build Home Funding Finders, which became part of CEFCU. My oldest daughter, Marianne, started with me when it was ARL funding, and Michelle joined when it became Home Funding Finders and engineered the pathway for our merger with CEFCU, and I appreciate their efforts. Michael, from the finance portion of our company, has led us in new directions that we never thought we would be in until this point. I particularly like to thank my partners. We've been through good times, hard times, we've stuck together, we fought our way through, and again, I would not be here today if it wasn't for them. In particularly, I would just like to mention also that my wife has worked by my side for 45 years, and I'm very grateful to her support, her understanding, and she deserves the credit for this as much as I do.
Thank you, Ken. Such a well-deserved addition. You also have a question coming. Let's hear from another JA student ambassador.
Hi, my name is Jake Jocelyn and I'm a junior at Shaker High School. Congratulations, Mr. Raymond, on receiving this prestigious award. My questions for you are, what made you get involved in the real estate industry? And what advice do you have for other high school students like me exploring career opportunities before college?
I decided to go into the real estate business at a very young age. As I reflect back, I might not have known that I wanted to be in it, but the thought of owning property really appealed to me. And after I found out that, with a down payment, I could borrow the money to have a large asset that possibly tenants would pay off over a period of time, that there would be a cash flow from it, that there may be a tax advantage of it, and it would give me financial security going forward, I really focused on becoming part of the real estate community. What I would do, and as I did, as I look back, any internships you may be offered or any part-time jobs while you're going to college, you should try to concentrate around what you want to do with your career going forward. And if it's real estate, there's so many opportunities for internships, part-time jobs, summer jobs, in property management, in administrative work in the offices. And if you reach out to us, we can help you get connected.
Our 3 honorees this year are a retailer, a teacher turned grocer, and a real estate entrepreneur. What they shared is having a vision and the ability to inspire others and build a stronger capital region. They've earned our gratitude and respect. With these additions, the Tech Valley Business Hall of Fame now honors 74 exemplary leaders with the region's leading business award.
We truly thank you for joining us for our 25th anniversary ceremony and for helping us to celebrate the success of our newest inductees. Creating this event this year was certainly a different challenge. A very special thank you to Elmer Streeter, who has been so dedicated to the success of this event over all of our 25 years, and to the entire Business Hall of Fame committee who has done the same. To JA's Development Director, Jenny Politano, who has worked tirelessly to ensure a smooth and engaging virtual model. Thank you to all of our event sponsors on behalf of the 3 JA students you met this evening, along with all of their peers. Your contributions have not only made this event possible, but will also allow for these students to be impacted by Junior Achievement Learning experiences during the 2020-21 school year. And we sincerely thank each one of you for joining us this evening for this new experience. Please stay safe. We hope to see each of you in person next year.